And, oh, wow. Background noise is going to be bad tonight, guys. Sorry.
Hi, Christy. Christy's watching. So's Carl.
Yeah, and Carl.
Hey, Captain Carl.
What's up, guys? How's everyone doing tonight? Ooh.
Everybody's doing good. I'm doing good, so that means everybody's doing good. I'm in a really good mood today.
You're the deciding factor, huh?
I am the factor. Okay.
You are the factor. Wow.
That was a little.
No, we know what we used to say about people with that kind of attitude back home?
What?
That's not conceited. That's convinced.
Well, hi, Tiffany.
I guess it's not a bad thing.
Tiffany's watching too. Tiffany.
So what's up, guys?
Hey, so I gotta say, so Tiffany gave us a doll for Sophie. Like, when did she give her that doll? It was
in what, like April last year. It was at Wilson.
Over a year ago.
Yeah.
Tiffany, Sophie still loves that doll, and thank you so much, because that's like one of those keepsake things that will, when she, if and when she gets to a point where she doesn't play with it, we'll put it up for her to keep. So, yep. Yes. Anyways, welcome all. We're glad you're here. It's Monday again.
Yep.
Seems like I blink and it's Monday again and again, right? and again and again. Yeah. So what's going on with you? Did you have a good day? Well, you slept all.
I slept all day.
Did you have a good
last night?
Did you have a good night? I should start saying that to you. Did you have a good night instead of did you have a good day? Carl, my mic is a little limp tonight. It needs a blue pill. It needs a little blue pill, I think, Carl. Anyways, I feel like he would find that funny. I found it funny.
Well, he said it one night in the chat.
Because my mic's a little limp. Anyways, I want to know how, speaking of the little blue pill, I want to know how in the hell that, like, did a bunch of people just start going to the doctor and report the side effects? Or how did that even, wasn't that like a side effect from that specific pill?
I don't know, honestly. It's very, very close to certain heart medications, so like nitroglycerin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why you can't take it and nitroglycerin at the same time. That's bad mojo, man.
Oh God.
Bad mojo.
Oh.
Like, blood pressure bottom out, fall over, dead.
Speaking of dead, do you realize our daughter knows the word graveyard?
What?
She knows the word graveyard. When I picked her up today from her older brother's house, we were passing the graveyard there on Hillside.
Uh-huh.
She said, "Graveyard, graveyard."
Where did she learn that from?
No idea, guys. I have no idea. She also
That's
knows,
interesting.
She also knows the word dead. Yeah, that was not on me.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah, that was not on me.
Talking about our 2.5-year-old daughter, by the way.
Speaking of our 2.5-year-old daughter, today I learned that So Sophie, I looked up the average weight of a 2-year-old. Okay, the average weight of a 2-year-old is 26 pounds. Sophie, I put her on the scale today, and she weighs 38 pounds. But the thing about it is she's not, I mean, she's just solid. Like,
Yeah.
I should have paid attention to the
Well,
height.
she's
I don't
tall,
know.
too.
Yes, I don't know how tall she is. But
She can see over a tabletop.
yeah, she can grab stuff off the table too, and the counter, and she can climb and reach. Yeah, she can. Yep. The other night I was outside talking on the phone, and hey, Amber's watching. Hi, Amber.
What's up?
Our coworker, Amber. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. The other night I was outside. Jeremiah was at work. I was outside for because when I went outside, when I left her, she was watching Mickey Mouse Club. Okay, so I thought, oh, she's that's what you do
She'll be
when you
good
need a
for a
minute.
minute.
Yeah, that's what you do when you need a few minutes without a kid. Is you put something on that'll captivate them.
Right.
And Mickey Mouse Club does. Anyways, she. So I go back in the house, and I'm like, oh fuck. She is got a chair pushed up to the counter. She has the coffee pot pulled off of the coffee machine. Thank God it was off. Otherwise, she would have burned herself. And she had all kinds of silverware pulled out of the cabinet. What was that noise?
I think
all
someone's
kinds of
trying to
silverware pulled out of the cabinet. She said, I'm making coffee. I'm like, oh, yes, you're making coffee. That's one thing you're making. Making mommy have a heart attack. Because all I could think was like, oh, my God, what if she would have gotten hold of a knife? Or,
Right.
like we have our knives pushed way back in a corner where I did not think it was possible for her to get to. But apparently,
I mean, she can crawl up on the countertops, if
I
she
know.
tries to, so.
I know.
I don't know what to do with them. But,
I don't know either.
yeah. So,
So my psychic gift came through today. Actually, it was totally random, but it was weird. So let me tell you what happened real
Okay.
quick. So I was at a house today, and the other girl and I got done giving cares, and we're like pulling this individual, lady or man, could be both, could be one or the other, you never know. Anyways, pulling him backwards in the wheelchair, and the caregiver is behind us. And the caregiver starts talking about, man, they just showed a clip from some beach in, I can't remember what state it was. Anyways, like a popular, beach or whatever. He goes, guess how many people I counted that had a mask on? And I said, like 2. And he goes, 2. And I'm like, hey. 2 just was like flashing in front of my third eye or whatever. And anyways, but yeah. It was just funny because I was like, oh, I was right. So anyways,
so we have some stuff coming up at the end of this month that I'm still working on all the details for it, but we're going to have...
Are you going to show the...
Yes.
Okay, I didn't want to spoil it.
We'll get to that. Just chill
Patience,
out.
grasshopper. Right?
You have none.
I'm working on that.
Good luck with that.
I need all the luck. God damn it. I need all the luck I can get with patience, guys. Anybody have any advice? Tay and Lakin, I'm doing their, I'm doing this journey, guys. Those of you who don't know or not aware, haven't shared with. So I'm doing this whole wellness lifestyle transformation thing. So hopefully as the weeks go by, my face will get slimmer and slimmer and slimmer. It's going to take a while, but that's okay. I'm in it for the long haul. That's why I said lifestyle, not diet, because it's time. It's time to get healthy. So our good friends Tay and Lakin, they have, we had her on the podcast here not too long ago.
Like 2 weeks ago.
They have a wellness business called Manisol Holistic. And if anybody's curious about it,
look up episode 33 on
yes.
Facebook. It has all of the their contact info.
Yes, and they are incredible, and I feel so much better. And she is just, I mean, like, at any moment of the day, I'm sure she's going, why in the hell did I have her sign up for this? Because I'm, like, constantly bombarding her with, messages and, like, hey, is this okay to eat? Is this okay to eat? Hey, do you have, do you have a suggestion for this? Carl said my color's good. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl. The captain approves. The captain approves. If it was Captain Jack, he would say, why is all the rum gone?
Right.
It's a good thing I'm not a drinker because alcohol would be not an option because of all of the, well, I don't really know why, but obviously I'm not a drinker.
Alcohol is a sugar.
Oh, well, there we go. That's why. So, yeah, good thing that's not even an issue for me.
It's a weird sugar, but it's a sugar.
Okay, well, there you go. But yeah, so I'll reiterate this again. So I started on the 9th of July, and yeah, I'm still doing really good. And no caffeine, no, what's the type of sugar? No,
I don't know. No processed sugars.
No processed sugars, no dairy. Although I do need to get some kind of a supplement or something for, like, my bones. Whatever, I would think, for calcium or vitamin D or I don't know.
Keep doing what you're doing with the vegetables. Keep down that path.
Yeah, Jeremiah almost fell over.
She is eating vegetables.
I know, I'm finally an adult. I just need some red nail polish and red lipstick, and then I'll be like a authentic adult. Right? I don't want to be an adult.
Anyway.
Do I have to be? Oh, yeah, I have kids. Of course I do.
I never said anything about that.
Anyways, so tonight, let's just jump right in here. So tonight, you were trying to do like a while ago. Okay, you may speak. You can speak. Go ahead. Go for it.
God.
How do you live with me? God.
Oh, because I love you.
Oh, well, I guess that works. That's a good thing. Oh, see, Carl, you need a little blue pill. There went the microphone again.
I need to put some resin or something on that. Anyway, so we have some stuff coming up at the end of this month.
Did I mess it up?
Well, we probably just lost your mic. Don't
do that, Stephanie.
Don't squeeze that button and pull on that. Wait a minute.
I have no idea.
Well, that's not good. Oh, that's why. Well, just...
Can you guys still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you.
E.T. phone home.
Don't.
Oh, take my hand.
Watch.
Okay.
Look. See the little button right there?
Yep.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch the little button.
And don't touch this. Don't touch this down here.
Okay.
Till I get the chance to fix it all.
Okay. I like Carl's advice. He says, "Grow older, not up."
Yeah.
Well, Carl.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Plus, I'm not going to get any taller, so. Anyways.
So, like I was trying to say, we have...
Yeah, I know. You're just waiting to take a fucking drink of beer. Go for it. Take 3. Probably 5. I don't know.
What if I do?
Carl, I hope you got yours, because, yeah, it'll be happy hour by the time this hour's over. Right? Yeah.
So we have some cool stuff planned coming up the end of this month. I still have just a few little details to iron out on some of it for the announcement. We're going to have our first ever live ghost hunt on August 1st, Saturday, August 1st.
Ooh.
At a place, an undisclosed location. It's our house.
Good thing I clean.
Well, we've had all kinds of weird, crazy stuff happen in there. Stuff like that tends to follow us around. So we're kind of excited about that, to actually finally do that for a change. And we figured, better off to...
and I can use my dowsing rods.
Work that here at a place like that rather than going out to, a little bit grander place like the other place that I have in the works for that, and not have all the kinks worked out and have technical difficulties all night. So.
Oh Lord, right?
Anyway, so
let's bring our guest on.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
What?
I'm excited to get our guest on here, so go ahead.
Well, hang on. We
Okay.
still got stuff to talk about.
I'm hanging.
So, and the night before that, we're having a few people that will be on with us, and we are going to do. Have you ever seen that show, Drunk History?
No.
We're going to do something like that, except it's going to be drunk paranormal.
And Stephanie.
You can be the moderator.
Okay. I'll be the moderator. I'll wrangle them back in if they get too out of hand, right? Yeah, that's not possible with a Gemini, I don't think. Just saying.
But so that's coming up the end of the month. We also have preliminary designs on our first T-shirt designs.
Yay!
I will
Are you going to
put
show them?
up here right now.
Are you going to show them?
On the front, it has the Darkness Live logo. On the back, it says official tribe member. You know, for Darkness Live Tribe.
I love it.
And
I love
it has
it.
the website address at the bottom. And so
I want one.
That's going to be really cool.
I want one.
So I'll get that all finished up first thing in the morning and get details out about how they can be ordered.
By the way, I got to interrupt you and say this while it's on my mind.
Okay.
Have another drink. You know you look forward to me interrupting in this circumstance. So anybody who ever needs any kind of a design or a, what am I trying to, a graphic created?
Excuse me.
Like a graphic created just for specifically whatever you need it for. Jeremiah, any of our endeavors, he is the one who from scratch makes all of our graphics. So yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there because, yeah, you're really good at making graphics. Like, I've always been really impressed with any graphic I've ever seen that you design. That's a compliment. Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll also have, tomorrow I will also be announcing the details of our new slogan contest, how to enter that, how to take part, and the prizes, which are going to be whoever suggests the new slogan that we pick will get well, it's not really one of a kind because there's going to be 3 of them. We're only going to have 3 of these shirts made. And it'll be kind of like the one that I just showed you. Except, let me see here.
Carl said, just channel your inner Captain Steph. I would totally take Captain Chaos, or Chaos Control, but those are taken. You should patent those names or trademark them or whatever you call it when somebody can't steal it, Carl, because I love it. I love it when you and Cindy were telling Jeremiah and I about Captain Chaos and Chaos Control. I feel like that's my motto for my life at home. Chaos Control.
Right.
It really is.
And so
Ooh.
This will be, okay, so that's just, it's the front of the shirt's basically the same with the Darkness Live logo, but then on the back it will have the new slogan.
Ooh.
And we're only going to have 3 shirts made of that type. One for you, one for me, and one for the person that suggested the winning slogan. So
Sweet.
I'll get the details of that announced tomorrow.
I'm excited
Tomorrow,
about it.
first thing. So, yeah, we're excited about that.
Oh my God, we're finally having shirts made. Like, that is such a cool looking shirt. Kudos to you, man. Kudos to you. I want one. Do I get one?
Well, I just said you're going to get one of the special.
Damn it, Carl. Where's the little blue microphone? Wait, it can't be a pill. Maybe like a stand or something.
Something.
Something erect.
God.
That was funny. Come on. Anyways, pun intended. Ha ha ha. That was a terrible joke. Sorry, guys. We need to get our special guest on.
Well, okay.
Tell me to shut my mouth so we can. Okay. Yes. Do you want to introduce him, or do you want me to, or we both can?
Go ahead.
So tonight, our special guest, his name is Joseph Sheppard, and he's just like has the best energy. The first time I noticed him was actually at a fair that Jeremiah and I were vending at, and Jeremiah was reading at. Actually, the first fair I noticed him. You weren't reading. It was the first. You were
the first fair we ever did.
Yeah. We just had the vendor booth. You were not reading, and I kept noticing him walking around the fair, and I just got this feeling about this guy. Okay, never met him, never talked to him. I just was like, man, I wish that guy would come over to our booth because I think I would absolutely love his energy. Well, I was totally right, spot on, because finally, speed up time here, and he finally did come by one of our booths, and we got to talking, and he's just this incredible human being, and he just, like I said, he has this amazing energy. He is kind of a jack of all trades with the services he provides. He's watching right now. Hi, Joseph. I'm so excited he's coming on. Yeah, he does tarot readings. His business is called...
Say it.
I was trying to get us both interacting here with the introduction.
It is, what is it? Good Juju with JoJo?
Good Juju with JoJo. I love that name, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it just makes me happy to say it. Good Juju with JoJo. Anyways, yes, he's a medium. He started his business, Good Juju with JoJo, in 2019. And he offers different services. He's going to get on here and he's going to tell us about all the services he offers. Yeah, I'm just really excited that he's coming on. It's going to be a great conversation.
You ready?
Are you? Are you ready
right.
for this?
Yep.
I love that picture of him. Such a great picture.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well.
Oh, and it sounds good too.
Yeah.
Joseph, I am so impressed tonight with my husband because normally we have a lot of like issues with audio and stuff like that, but you sound amazing. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. I picked the day off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to tell you that I saw your latest, you shared a Facebook post not too long ago with some new rings, I believe, that you got.
Oh,
I pointed about to Jeremiah and I was like, look at his new rings, and I loved them. Anyways, I just love you. I just want you to know that. You're like incredible. I wish that you lived closer to us, or I wish I could like shrink you down and put you in my purse and you can just like live with us because I love your energy.
I could just pop up and be like, hello.
Exactly. Okay, so for everybody watching, they're just dying to know. Okay, so go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what are your many gifts that you have come into and, fine-tuned and still working on and on and on and on.
Well, I started as a medium before. Protected a lot, and people walk in.
Hey, Joseph, hold on. It's breaking up really bad. See, I spoke too soon. Hold on a minute. Sorry, man.
I think it's the phone on your end, Joseph. Are you?
Are you on speaker?
Not anymore.
Okay, let's try it now.
Can you hear me?
It's a little bit better, yes.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where's my?
Can you hear me better?
It's getting better, yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna say test.
No, it's not better. It's not better. Hold on.
I don't want to do that.
Just start singing like Itsy Bitsy Spider or something, and
Just keep talking, Joseph. I'll get it figured out.
It's getting better.
And wash the spider out. It's the spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the spider went up the spout again.
Hey.
Bum.
I
Can I hear you?
think I think we're getting on track now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody listening in the land of media, can you hear us okay? Can you hear him okay? Give us some feedback, please. Well, hi, Jennifer Scott Green. Welcome on this fine evening.
Okay, Joseph, let's try it again. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I started as a medium empath, so at the before I started to get people ask questions.
Mm-mm. Oh, wait.
Then as you grow older, there's like stranger danger. Then I'm like, I can't talk to you. You're a stranger. Why are you talking? And
Hey, Joseph.
Does it have something to do with your connection cords there?
I tell you what. Give me. Let me hang up right quick and let me call you on Messenger.
okay, yeah, let's do that.
And I'll see if
Sorry,
that works
man.
any better.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll call you right back.
Jennifer, can you hear me okay? Jennifer said she's having a problem hearing everyone. Well, hopefully Jeremiah's going to fix that here in a minute. I'm so glad everybody's watching.
They shouldn't be having a hard time hearing us,
Wow.
from what I'm seeing there. But yeah, Joseph, I wasn't getting Joseph through very good. So let's see here. Okay, let's try this and see if this works any better.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
That sounds a little better so far.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Are we good?
Maybe.
It just
You know in Rocky Horror Picture Show when Dr. Frankenfurter's like, anticipation. That's what I feel like saying right now.
let's see here. Let me.
Did I really just compare this to Rocky Horror Picture Show?
That doesn't surprise me.
I know, me neither.
You guys talk.
Okay, Jennifer said she can hear all of us fine. Jennifer, does that include Joseph, or is it just Jeremiah and I that you can hear okay? We'll see what she says.
La 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 la.
Ooh, it sounds like a great techno song starting, or something. Electronica, whatever all those genres are. I promise, man, we will get this figured out. And by the way, I love the picture that is that's looking at everybody with your glasses, and yeah, I love it.
The hangry.
Keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going.
You guys keep talking.
I'll keep talking. So he said a minute ago, I know he's going to repeat this, but I'm going to say it. He said he was a medium since the age of 4, and I'm just curious. I can't wait to hear him. Blah, 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 I can't talk. I'm talking too fast for my own tongue. I can't wait to hear the story of how this all happened with him because, you know, the age of 4, I mean, well, you started stuff when you were little, and I've always kind of, known things since I was little, and so it's kind of like, everybody here on this trip around the sun, multiple times, I guess I should say, on this temporary human experience that we're on right now, I find it very I love hearing everybody's stories of how they realize they have a gift, because there's kind of a general, similarity, but at the same time, every story is unique. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like every Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So yes, I am very excited to hear you tell your story. But before we do that, I want you to, just for those who just jumped on, I want you to, we'll just rewind here and just start all over with who you are and what makes you you, and all your gifts and magical wonderment that is Joseph.
Well, I'm Joseph. I have my business, Good Juju with JoJo.
Good juju with JoJo. I love that.
And so as a medium, I see aura colors, I see tarot, angel cards. I talk with angels, I talk with dragons, I talk with fairies. I have dragons and fairies living with me. I train dragons. I distribute dragons to people. That's a new job Spirit has assigned me. I talk to the Greeks. I talk to the Egyptians. I talk to a lot of different deities. And I think I talk to like 1,000 different entities a day. It's kind of like I kind of joke like, oh, I could have my own reality TV show. My friend's like, it wouldn't be reality. I'm like, it'd be my reality.
Well, exactly. And who's to say what reality really is? So if that's your reality, then you know what? There is nothing wrong with it.
And then I also do energy healing work. So I started like with my own modality, healing chakras. But I'm also Reiki 2 level certified. So I'm starting to incorporate that in my business as well. And let's see what I do. Spirit galleries. Let's see. I talk to things. I talk to plants. I talk to animals. Objects speak to me. So when I go antiquing, it's like, and like for me, it's not unusual for just random things to talk to me because I am like ADHD and I'm like, ooh, okay, that's happening. And I'm like being distracted. I'm like, hi, my name is Doug Squirrel. What were we talking about?
You know what? You would fit in perfect in our household because that is our current. That is our constant. Our constant state of living is it's always sidetracked and get caught off guard. Not get caught off guard. Get like caught off topic or so. Yeah, I can completely relate to that.
Yeah, and I've also like helped spirits move on or give them a little shove to the other side. If there's
There you go. So, wow, that's incredible. There's never a dull moment with you, is there?
Oh, and then I've written 3 books this year. I have my auto writing abilities as well.
Wow.
So, I also have clairaudience, clairsentient, clairvoyance. I have a lot of the clairs, so I've definitely been blessed with many gifts. And like, what do you do with all these gifts? I'm like, trying to make the world one step at a time.
Well, that's all we can do, any of us. So.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, you yourself, you don't know any different. Kind of like Jeremiah doesn't know any different from what his abilities or, what he's capable of. Or, like with me and what I can do, I don't know any different. So it's hard for somebody to, explain that because, kind of like when people are like, oh, you're an only child. Don't you wish you had siblings? Well, I don't know any different. So, I have an awesome sister-in-law. I have an amazing sister-in-law, guys. Anyways, and I have 2 brother-in-laws, but I don't know them very well. I wish that I did, but sorry. See, Joseph, I'm getting way off track.
I already took my drink for that one.
I grew up in a very logical household, so
yes.
I know logical is always better.
So, so what was the first initial, when you were 4 years old, what was the first initial thing that happened?
I was astral projecting, and I just saw these, like, a full-on silhouette, and people be talking to me, and they're like, you can solve my problem, and I listen, and I'm like, okay, and I listen, and then I just kind of wander around the house, in my astral form, and I see it as a portal, and I see spirits going in and out, and I'm like, don't go in there, I don't want to get lost. And I'm like, I'm not going to the basement because there's a shadow man that lives in the basement. And because there was a shadow man that lived in my closet, and he terrified me. He's like, He's a shadow person. He's scary. He's mad. And my parents were like, "It's just your imagination." And then so yeah, and then it's kind of funny because years later, I was down in the basement to the utility hall, for, like the water heater, and um, it's underneath my closet.
Uh-huh.
And just just one day, my dad was like, "Oh yeah, one of the previous owners hung himself here." I'm like, "Oh, that's the scary man." Like I finally had like a logical conclusion of like, "Oh, that's the scary man." And then apparently, my dad said I sleptwalk a lot, so
Ooh,
I was kind of
sleepwalking.
I don't
I always wonder because I know one time for certain that I sleepwalked, possibly two. But it makes me wonder like how often it happened that I wasn't aware of. Like I'm surprised I didn't fall down the goddamn stairs. In the house that I grew up in, I'm serious. Like I'm surprised I did not injure myself.
Well, I have a funny sleepwalk story.
Oh, do share.
So, my best friend Tony lived across the street, 2 houses down, and I was about maybe third or fourth grade. I went to bed, and then I'm dreaming because I have very vivid dreams. And then the next thing I notice is I hear his mom. She's like, "Joey, what are you doing in my closet?" I look in her laundry basket, and I'm like disorientated. I'm like, "How did I get here?"
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
Wow.
and I go running towards Tony's room. I'm like, "Tony, did I spend the night here?" He's like, "No." And I'm like, "Is it a summer day?" He's like, "No, we have school." And I'm like, so I ran home and got changed.
Oh my god. Wow. Well,
The only time I remember sleepwalking is I think it was when I was like 8, 9 years old, somewhere in there. And I don't even remember what I was talking about, but I do remember having a full-on argument with my mom. And she finally she got, I don't think she realized I was sleepwalking.
Wow.
She was like, I don't think she could make really good sense of what I was saying, but I don't think she realized fully that I was sleepwalking. And she finally said, "Would you just shut the hell up and go back to bed?" And I remember this part vividly. I sat down on the couch and I cried.
really?
Yep. And she said, "Just go back to bed."
Oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
I don't remember this one, but apparently I think I was about 5 or 6, and I was sleepwalking. I opened the fridge, and I'm like, "Is this the bathroom?" And my dad was like, "No, that's the fridge. The bathroom's over there." And then I walked into the bathroom, went to the bathroom, and went back to bed.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Wow. So, how did you come up with your business name? I love it. Good Juju with JoJo. I love it.
My originally it was like JoJo What You Know, because I worked at then, and that's what one of my students called me. But my friend Darlene was like, "Why don't you call it Good Juju with JoJo?" So my friend Darlene actually came up with the name, and I was like, "Ooh, I really like it."
Yeah, so do I.
It's very matching for you.
Oh yeah, it so is, and it's just I love it. Absolutely love the name of your business. It's great. Makes me happy. Hey, Lena's watching. Hi, Lena. Good evening, Lena. Welcome.
I think Lena, if it's Lena Townsend,
Yes.
Mhm.
she bought one. Yeah, she bought one of my books.
Oh, she
Oh,
did.
cool. Yeah.
Oh, so so the book we need to put. Is there a link to be able to get your books, Joseph? Is there a link we could share?
I mean, I can send you a link. Yeah, they're on Amazon. But I also have copies of them. So I only have 2 of them for sale right now through Amazon. So my first one is So my series is called Life of an Empath.
Ooh.
Like I have a dance, like I have a storytelling interpretive dance of my life that I did for Kingston Fringe Festival last year. That was called Life of an Empath, so I'm just adding on to that. So the first book that I published, which was the second one that I wrote, Life of an Empath, Unicorn Diaries. So it's my journey of self-love through the eyes of a unicorn. Um, and then the third book that I wrote, the second one I published, is Life of an Empath, Grief Through Death's Eyes. And this is where my auto writing abilities came in. So I interviewed death and these other deities along with Calypso, and I got their view of grief. So, and the angels. So
Wow.
I interviewed Archangel Azrael, a couple of other archangels, Kali, Supe, Osiris, Anubis, Isis, Calypso, Hades, and Persephone. So they provided different versions of grief, whether it be parts from their stories, like how they handle grief with their situations. So good.
Very interesting.
Yeah. We need to get those books.
Yeah.
We need to get them. How old were you when you recognized that what you were experiencing, there's a term for called empath?
Well, I mean, most of the time my parents were like, that's your imagination. So for the longest time, I thought it was just my imagination. But then after like my early years of college, I was like, you know what? Looking back, that wasn't my imagination. That was, my clairvoyance and clairaudient abilities. Like, I self-reflected back. I'm like, okay, that wasn't my imagination. That was because, when your parents say, oh, that's just your imagination over, I'm like, okay, I just have really wild dreams. I'm just very creative,
Well, I also think that, see, Jeremiah and I are the parents that if our kids, come to us and say that they've seen something or something's off or they feel, we're like, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Where'd you see it at? What did it look like?
What did it look like?
What was it doing?
Yeah.
Trying to get, I want detail. I want to know where to put the digital recorder,
It's like if any of the kids ever came up to us and said, Mom, Dad, there's something scary in my closet. Yeah, there probably is. Do you want us? We can go meet it if you want to. Let's go investigate.
Let's go shake hands. Let's go make friends. Let's go,
Yeah. Joseph, do you personally think that kiddos, in the unfortunate circumstance that the parents do kind of brush it under the rug when kids are saying that they're seeing things or experiencing things, do you think that kind of pushes gifts that they might have, just pushes them out completely? Do you think that a lot of times they get the gifts back as they get older, or do you think it's kind of like, what do you call that? Learned behavior where, that's not real. It's not real. What do you think?
And the intuition you just kind of, you're like, you kind of use the self-doubting. I mean, it won't suppress it completely, but it could cause delay in development of the thing. So I had things, talking to me, like when my grandpa died. I was 11 years old. Well, I was 10. I was 11. My grandma was like, can you go down to the basement and get a photo album for me? And I'm like, okay, Grandma. And when I got to the bottom of the stairs, I heard my grandpa's voice clear as day. He said, tell your grandma I'm okay and everything's fine. I'm like, okay, Grandpa, because it was a voice I heard before I knew who the voice was. I didn't second guess it. I was like, oh, it's just Grandpa. And so I went and got the photo album, and I went upstairs. I'm like, okay, Grandma. And then I got upstairs and I'm like, Grandma, the weirdest thing happened to me. She's like, what? Well, I was downstairs and I heard Grandpa's voice. He said he's okay and everything's fine. And my grandma's jaw dropped. So while I was downstairs, my younger brother, who's also very strong medium empath, but he has autism, and my parents just think he hallucinates. Um, he was in the back bathroom, and he was talking, and my grandma was like, "Jordan, who are you talking to?" He's like, "Grandpa." She's like, "Honey, he's not here. He's dead." And my brother's like, "He's here. He's dead. He's okay, and everything's fine." So when she said that, then I was like, "Okay, I can talk to dead people." So I felt like,
Wow.
That's
yeah.
that's.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, so that was when like, okay, maybe I can talk to dead people. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe the things weren't my imagination. But I still wasn't fully sure of myself because I couldn't logically um, verify these other things. I mean, I could verify my grandpa because I heard his voice before he died. But
Wow.
So that moment, that was kind of like the first time that you had some validation, and it wasn't just, oh, this is in my head.
Right. That's very cool.
That is. That is amazing.
So
and then
go ahead.
oh, and then I had depression for 15 years of my life, so that delayed my abilities as well.
I'm very familiar with that. I had kind of somewhat of a similar story, but you know, I put aside a lot of years that I could have been developing my gifts, and yeah, you know, it is what it is, and you learn to work with it anyway, and do the best you can with what you got. So, or at least that's the way I've had to look at it, or else I just get mad at all the lost time. But
It's all about perspective.
Well, that was a lot of shadow work for me, so I actually grew a lot with
Mhm.
that shadow work.
Right.
Those 15 years.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that's kind of the, when it comes into that that type of thing. Well, I think a large part of the key to just about any kind of growth that oftentimes gets swept aside because people don't want to face it, I think, is the shadow work.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, the shadow work's hard because it makes you face parts of yourself that you don't want to admit is there.
Mm-hmm. It's not fun
But
either. Necessary, but not fun.
but it helps makes the light stronger too.
Yes,
yeah.
Like
it absolutely does. Absolutely.
You know, I think that, I don't know, I think that when somebody goes through an ordeal or something traumatic or just something really shitty, and you get through it and you can't, you know, because, you know, the universe is neutral, you know, it's not positive or negative. So it's kind of like what you make it. So, you know, you can go through something really crappy and you can either, you know, you have the choice. You have the choice to, okay, what like lessons am I learning? How am I going to grow? Because let me tell you, man, some of the shit that I've been through, if I wouldn't have gone through it, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I almost think that sometimes more good can come of a crappy circumstance, big picture, than bad.
Well, and that's the way it is with most people.
You know,
Yeah.
I think that it's necessary for growth and development for us to have experiences. Because if everything was constantly positive and happy and, you know, you would have nothing to compare anything to. So, you know, when you do get through a rough time, which I'm sure that there's a ton of people right now that are going through a really rough time, and my heart goes out to them. And, but you know what? We're going to get through this. And after we get through this, we're going to look back and say, man, when I was a kid, I had to stay home from school because of the No, I'm just kidding. I didn't have to do that. But my kids did. And so it's like, you know, when you get through all of this, you, yeah, it's necessary for growth and development.
it is. And like when I was in middle school, that was like where it hit me the hardest. Like I was battling my inner demons. That's probably the roughest period of my life. But you know, I thought I was schizophrenic because I was hearing voices. I thought I was bipolar because I was going through the roller coaster, like very wide range of emotions, but I was picking up on everyone else's emotions.
Yep.
I was picking up on emotions of my family and my depression and my repressed emotion. It was just all it was very chaotic.
Yeah, and especially at a younger age, and when you are, we're kind of dealing with this with one of our kids right now. It's like the whole empathic thing, and when you're younger, emotionally you're not completely developed anyways, and so here you're being bombarded with everybody else's emotion on top of yours that you don't even understand, and it's hard to process, and it's like, damn, that sucks. Like, it's so hard. And I remember, like, hindsight's always 20/20, right? So learning the word empath and, oh wait, there's a name for this, it makes you feel like, oh my, you have that moment where it's like, I'm not crazy. Oh my God, that explains a lot of why I do the things that I do, because at a young age, and I'm sure you probably did this as well, Joseph, you develop coping mechanisms to get through the day. Like, you develop whatever you have to get through situations, whether it's positive or negative. You just do whatever you have to do to get through it.
Right.
And, unfortunately, when it's, negative coping mechanisms that are developed, you have to, there's shadow work later in life. But I just always, it's hard. I wish that there was more outreach to younger people about if you do have these, not just being an empath, but I wish there was more outreach to younger people for other gifts that, so they don't feel crazy, so they don't feel like they're nuts.
Well, a part of my question kind of came from I had a speech impediment. Like, you wouldn't notice today, but I had a speech impediment. I couldn't say my R's, my S's. So
Me
people
too.
thought
Me too.
So that kind of I'm not one to project my emotions onto other people. I project them inward, so I become my own worst enemy.
Is that thunder?
I think so. Joseph, I can completely relate to the speech impediment thing. From 1st grade to 7th grade, I was in speech class for my S's. I had a lisp really bad, so I can relate to that.
I have a question for you, Joseph. I've been seeing a lot of the Facebook and social media groups that I'm a part of. I've been seeing a lot of posts recently that seem to kind of dismiss clairempathy as an actual psychic gift. Saying, well, that's just your emotional receptors are a little bit on overload. But it's not a psychic gift. That's just you being really sensitive to other people's emotions. And well, I'll tell you what, I tend to think of, the way I experience it and the way I explain it to people. But I want to get your take on that first. What would you have to say to someone that tried to tell you that?
Be like, well, that's your perspective, because everyone has their different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the 6 and the 9, if depending on where you're standing, you'll see a 6 or a 9. And so, with me, I know my truth.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone otherwise, that's not going to affect me because I know my truth. I'm like, okay, I have these feelings. This is how I define them. This is how you define them. And I'm going to be loving and accepting and open. That's where being open-minded and, understanding. And it's, when we're rigid in thought, then we don't have that flexibility to kind of coexist. If that makes any sense.
Right.
Because if you have one specific way, it can only be one specific way. Well, when in an infinitely dimensional universe with infinitely different perspectives, so we're not one dimension. We're not one-dimensional creature.
Right.
We're just one-dimensional creatures and they're all the same. It'd be really boring.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like if everybody was a Sagittarius. Oh God,
Yeah, right.
I couldn't even
right.
imagine if everybody was a Sagittarius. That's what I am. I can't even imagine if that was all I knew was other Sages. And
When I've had discussions about, I need to turn my mic down just a little bit. Wow. When I've had discussions about that very thing with people, I try to explain to them, look, it's not just that I'm just, sensing people's emotions. I can't, it's not that I'm not looking at their micro expressions and then just, inferring the fact that, okay, they're in a bad mood today, or they had a really bad morning, or whatever the case may be. It's not, but very oftentimes I will be sitting in a room alone and I will have an entire 180-degree mood shift, and then someone that's in a bad mood walks into the room. Oh, now that makes sense. I experience, it's not that I sense their emotions, I experience their emotions.
Yeah.
so I want you to tell Joseph, since you were the one that witnessed it, I want you to tell him about when me and Lennon were standing in the doorway of the garage and you were outside. Do you remember that? You were in the garage and you don't remember what I'm talking about. It was the moment you said, "Oh my God, that kid's an empath."
Oh yeah, yeah. It's you can see not only he's got a very like most empaths do, he's got a very tumultuous emotional environment to begin with. Mm-hmm. But then, when he senses someone that's at a heightened emotional level, he will. I know you felt it too. You just didn't know what you were feeling.
That's why I'm
at
saying
that point.
tell him what
But
happened, because you saw it. I didn't see it.
It just. I don't know how to describe it really.
He wasn't even looking at me. So back it up. So I'm standing in the doorway of the garage. Lennon is on like the first step going into the garage, and he did something that just got on my last nerve, and just my whole mood shifted, and I was instantly just pissed off. And without looking at me, he just instantly reacted to this instant shift in my emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like he responded to it without even seeing me. Just he was not facing me. And Jeremiah, after that, he was like, "Oh my God!"
It was a visceral.
I understand.
Yeah, it was he had his back completely turned to Stephanie, but his reaction to her shift in emotions was visceral. I mean, you could see a physical reaction to it.
Yeah.
He experienced that shift in emotions. He didn't just, make an educated guess. Oh, I just pissed Mom off.
Because he would have had no way.
That.
He would have had no way of I didn't say anything. My voice didn't change. It was the expression, and he didn't see the expression, but it was oh damn. But yeah, I didn't see it, and you did. But so Joseph,
clarification, you actually feel better.
Do what?
Okay.
But it kind of reminds me of when I was doing my Reiki Q attunement. My friend Carolyn, when she the instant she touched my energy field, I had my eyes closed. I would just go, boop. And she's
wow.
like, "How do you do that?" She's like, "How do you know the instant moment? I mean, I touch your energy field." She's like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, boop. But it's I tell people, I'm like, how you get embarrassed for a character in an embarrassing situation? I'm like, I feel like I am the character. And I feel like I am embarrassed for myself. I'm not embarrassed for the character, I'm embarrassed for myself. And that kind of helps me communicate to people what it's like to be an empath. Like
Right.
sometimes I'll just start crying, and people are like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "Are you depressed?" I'm like, and then like, "How do you know?" And because the sadness is so strong, then like taking on their sadness. Or like for instance, when I was kind of growing out of my depression, healing from my depression, I'd go up to random people and be like, "Your boyfriend just broke up with you today, but you can tell me to go away. But I feel like you need someone to talk to." And
Right.
then she'll be like, "How did you know my boyfriend broke up with me today? I need someone to talk to." I'm like, "What?" And I don't expect to be right. I'm just like, "Oh, okay." And so, I built friendships out of just randomly, like, I have, in the past, I had no boundaries. Because I'll just say what's on my mind. I'll just go up to people and I'll be like, "This is what's happening in your life." Because I like to test. Because I'm very curious. And I'm like, "Am I right?" I test my intuition. And sometimes I go against my intuition. And then I was like, "Dang it. I should have followed my intuition." Because I follow logic. But that's what I grew up with was, logic. If it doesn't seem logical, then it's not right.
Right. So, Joseph, I have to ask, what is your, if you know it, what is your sun, moon, and rising sign?
I'm a Taurus sun, a Libra moon, and a Cancer rising.
Oh, you're a Cancer rising. Oh, you emotional thing, you. And your Libra moon, so in your mind, it's like everything needs to be fair, and we want harmony, and okay, cool.
Power.
I was just, and then you like nice things, of course. Your sun sign's a Taurus. No wonder you like them rings. They are cool rings, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I have a lot of rings.
Speaking of rings, I'm really.
I have over 200 rings.
Oh my God. Man, well, I'm really sad right now because with this wellness lifestyle that I'm in my endeavor, so I've kind of like swelled up because now I'm actually functioning on a level of hydration versus almost dehydration. And so like I have a lot of water right now, and so like I had to take my ring off because it was like I'm surprised my finger wasn't turning purple. But hopefully eventually once once I reach new homeostasis, I'll be able to put my ring back on. But I'm all sad now because I can't wear my wedding ring right now. I should just take a black Sharpie and draw a circle on my finger.
Well, you've got a very definite tan line
Yeah,
there.
I definitely
and
have a tan line.
You still have. Let me see. You still have the indention where the ring used to sit.
Yeah,
So
it's true. I do.
it's almost like a scar at this point.
I know, right? It's just not cauterize. Let's just
we do like what
solder, not solder. What am I trying to say? Laser it on.
Well, some of the northern European tribes used to instead of an actual ring, they would take a knife and they would actually cut scars.
Let's just scar it up right now.
Finger.
Let's just create an open wound, right? All right, sorry, we're getting way off track
I'd do
again.
it.
Have a drink of beer. There you go. There you go. All right. Yeah, I was curious about your chart, the three main ones there, because what's your Venus? What are you? What?
My Venus is Gemini.
Oh, in
My chart
Gemini.
is very balanced. I have 5 feminine, 5 masculine. It's like 2, 3, 3, 2. I have 2 earth and air, and then 3 of fire and water. Or maybe it's 3 earth, water.
Oh wow.
3. And I have a lot of Cancer Chiron, Cancer Rising, Cancer South Node, Capricorn North Node. My Mercury is in Aries. My Venus is in Gemini. My Mars is in Cancer. Jupiter is in Leo. Sagittarius. Saturn's in
Yeah.
And I'm impressed that you know that much. I don't know that much about my own birth chart, but I do know what my Scorpio is in. My Scorpio is sorry, my Venus is in Scorpio. Is it my Scorpio is in
Your
Venus
Scorpio,
or
your Venus is in Scorpio.
my Venus is in Scorpio, and I'll never forget, Joseph. So somebody asked me once, what's you know, what's what sign is Venus in? And I'm like Scorpio, and they were like, oh my god, I feel bad for your husband. I'll never forget that reaction. I will never forget the reaction. What?
Oh, with my Venus and Gemini, I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
See, Jeremiah
I have Venus in
that's the
Gemini.
same.
I have
You have a lot of Gemini.
I have what was it, 4 or 5?
Yeah, I don't remember.
4 or 5 in
5.
Gemini, but I have a total of 8 air signs on my chart, and
Oh.
what was it?
Your Pisces was in.
It was a stupid high number of masculine.
Your Pisces is in.
It was crazy. So like.
Your Pisces was in Mars. I don't know what that means, but it was.
Yeah.
See, I wish I knew more about it. Do you do astrology at all? Like, do you read birth charts?
That's not really my forte. Well, people say forte, but I guess the French pronunciation. I guess it's French to be forte. I mean, I know what Venus represents. I know what Mercury represents. I know what the planets represent. So
Okay.
I'm decently with astrology, but it's not like there's people that are more into the astrology and have better understand.
Right.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm learning it slowly but surely, but it's never been a huge interest of mine. It's cool and it's a lot of fun to look at, but it's just never been a huge interest of mine. So.
Oh, it is mine. It is very much an interest of mine. So, Joseph, I want to touch on. So, when you say you see auras, do you?
Yes.
Do you, so like in your mind's eye, you see an aura around somebody or what?
Sometimes I see it in person. Most of the time, I'll see it in my mind's eye. But people it's like me seeing it's not necessarily the chakras. I mean, I can see their chakras too, and what 4 colors for chakras. But it's like I'm looking at the person's soul. Like it's like their personality, what they are like a person. And like I see like auras on pictures, auras in people.
Oh wow.
Like for instance, I told my friend, I'm like, "Do you have a fuchsia aura?" And he went and had an aura reading done, and he had fuchsia. So I was like, "Okay."
Oh wow.
Like validation. We
So-
always love it when we get validation.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's the only way that you really can know because it's not something that you're generating in your own brain. You know what I'm saying? It's like because of the gifts. And yeah, I imagine it as a psychic or a medium. That is literally the only way is through validation. So I got to ask, okay, so so like when you met me and you had your reading with Jeremiah, like what, did you do that thing? Like, did you get the color sense with each one of us?
Oh, you asked me like what I thought which your different word colors were?
Yes.
Okay, so with you, I kind of got like a baby blue with, for you, I got a lot of pastel colors, like baby blue with a pastel, kind of yellow, orange, and then it kind of, I get like a canopy green, like a rainforest. Your energy kind of reminds me of the rainforest.
That's cool.
Cool.
The baby blue and like kind of like the pastel yellow, like it's bubbly, but it's not like outwardly bubbly. It's kind of like it reminds me a lot of like raindrops hitting the canopy. like you kind of like you're social with people you are comfortable with. Like I would say you're like an for stepping up, like you're like an extroverted introvert.
Nailed it. Nailed it. I'm the most
Like,
extroverted introvert you'll meet.
like you're kind of like, you know, that canopy is like, okay, I don't know you, you're not allowed in the canopy, you're not allowing my space. But then once you feel comfortable, then you're like bubbling, and just like bubbling. But you're not like you've seen how like I talk with my arms and hands, and I'm very expressive.
Yeah.
And people often think I'm a Leo because of how expressive I am.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, he kind of reminds me of trees because he has kind of the earthy reds, and that kind of reminds me of like I just get like a simmering. So if there's like a pot of water and it's like simmer, that kind of feels like what his anger would be. Like it just simmers, like it doesn't, and then and then it's almost like you get folded. Like you don't realize how hot it is until you like cross the boundary, and you kind of just kind of get more than anticipated. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
impressed. You were spot on.
I wouldn't say he doesn't have an like. I wouldn't say like an explosive. Not like a explosive energy. It's just like something to get like you'll get burned, and you know. But also with him, like with the trees, his energy is very. It's like grounded earth. I mean, like grounded air. Like it's very earthy, but like he's like the air between the trees. But he's really drawn to like the groundedness of the earth. Does that make sense?
It makes
Yeah.
perfect
Like-
sense.
Yeah, that's
I have to
absolutely
say-
accurate.
Joseph, I'm so impressed. I have to say, you are the only person that has ever said you said what you just said about me about being very much an extroverted introvert. You
Mm-hmm.
nailed it. I mean, like, nailed it. Okay,
That's where the orange.
what?
That's where the orange energy comes in. But
So
that's also creativity and kind of playfulness, and I kind of get both like mischievous, playful, like practical jokester to an extent from both of you as well. So that's kind of what resonates. Like your inner child are really happy with one another. So I can see
Yes.
like with energy is like morphing into each other. Kind of.
Yeah.
nailed it again,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
I really,
That's awesome.
I love it. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, if there's anybody that is watching that is curious about the different services you do offer with your business, can you sum it up?
Well, I do different types of readings: angels, oracles, tarot. I read four readings, chapter readings. I do healing with Reiki and other energy works. I also help people with crystal grid. So I work a lot with crystals. I have like over $3,000 worth of crystals in my apartment.
Wow,
Very cool.
I'm impressed.
And do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, the good juju with JoJo.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. We'll get that posted on the video description after the show. So
It'll be good.
yeah.
It'll be good. Well, let's see. So, Joseph, are you an extroverted introvert as well?
I'm an ambivert.
What is that?
I'm both extroverted and introvert. So I need energy from other people, and I need energy being alone by myself. Because if I'm too alone, then I get cabin fever, and if I'm with people too long, I get really irritated and feel like I need my space.
Oh, that's. Oh,
One of
yes.
those.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
We have a daughter that's like.
Yeah.
Actually, more than one. We have more than one daughter
Yeah.
that's like that. It's like they want to be around people, but they want their alone time. But they want to be around people, and then the minute you've had enough of the extrovertedness and need
It's
to
like,
retreat, it's like, all right, peace, I'm out.
Yep. Claws come out. Don't touch me.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's true.
So depending on, depending on the person that you talk to, like, oh, he's introverted, or no, he's extroverted.
So the person receiving your energy, it's how you give your energy to them is going to depend on how they are to you.
Yeah, in a way.
Okay. Very interesting.
I love it. I just love you so much. You're just like the neatest person, all wrapped in one little ball with really cool glasses and really great fashion sense.
Oh yeah, I get that a lot too. That also contributes to why people think I'm a Leo.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think that is about.
Yeah, it's about time. We probably better wrap it up here soon.
Yes. Joseph, thank you very, very, very much for coming on and chatting with us. Wow, that time went by really, really fast.
Yeah, it always does. It's weird.
It's good conversation. What can I say? Well, thank you. Yes, thank you so much. We're gonna have to be in touch, and I'll be glad when Jeremiah and I can go back to the fairs, and we can come see you. You can come see us, or we can come see you.
Yeah, the next one I'll be at the Casey Mystic Fair, August 1st.
We haven't had the chance to do any of the Casey Mystic fairs yet, but
Carolyn's?
I've heard really good things about them.
Are you talking about Carolyn's fairs? Oh, well, they have to be great.
Yeah.
If she's the one who runs them, they've got to be amazing.
Yeah. I've had even other. Yeah,
really good. Yeah.
I've heard that even coming from other fair coordinators that aren't related to her business, I've heard that her fairs are just amazing. So
They have amazing.
I love her Gemini spirit. She's great.
so
She's actually a Cancer on a Cancer Gemini test, but she does have some Gemini energy.
Oh, wow. Well, there you go. It makes sense.
all right. Well, thank you so much, Joseph.
Yes, thank you.
We will get your Facebook page, and if you'll send me the like Amazon links to your books, I'll post those up on the video description as well. And
Yes, please do.
so that people know how to get a hold of you. And we'll definitely have to have you back on sometime. And yeah, really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I really had a lot of fun.
Me too. We'll be in touch.
Yes.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Well, that was really cool.
Oh my God, I just love him so much. I love his energy, and yeah, I think, yeah, he's just an incredible person.
Yeah.
I wish that I knew him better, you know. Yeah, he's just one of those people that, like, if I was an energy vampire, I would totally want to just drain him completely.
Wow.
Because I love his energy.
I don't know if she just threatened you or not, Joseph.
Well, luckily for
is that a
him,
threat?
luckily for him, I'm not an energy vampire. So, but I imagine that, you know, he probably does have to be very aware of, that sort of thing. Damn, I wish I would have asked him about that.
Well, yeah, that wasn't even a forethought.
No, it was
In
an
the post.
afterthought.
So,
It was a good afterthought, though.
write it down. We'll ask him about it next time.
I need to. I'm not going to remember it. Good thing this is recording.
Guys, thank you so much for logging on tonight. We have had an amazing time, a great conversation with Joseph.
Well, I really want us to be able to get the audio, like, I don't know. Is it depend on the person on the other end?
It has a lot to do with that.
So is there any way, maybe we should start like test running it beforehand or something. Hey, there's a thought. right?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a yeah, we'll figure it out. It is getting a little better.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
So,
You're very good at it.
but thank you so much for logging on tonight, guys.
Yes.
And
oh my God, and I love the shirts. I'm sure that everybody that saw the shirts is like, oh, those are cool shirts. Yes, I want one. I want to wear one. I want a shirt.
I will get the info on how to order the regular shirts
Yay.
posted tomorrow. And I'll get the details about the new slogan contest posted tomorrow for the special edition shirt, slogan contest shirt. I will also in the next, very soon, has to be very soon because it's only like 2 weeks away. But I will also very soon get the details about the live investigation and Drunk Paranormal.
I will be the DD or the I'll just be the mediator or whatever, right? Yeah.
And get those posted very soon. And thank you all so much for watching. Please, whatever platform you're watching on, like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it is. Help us get our numbers up and get our, get out what we're doing here. We have a lot of fun, and I think a lot of our viewers have a lot of fun with it too.
Oh, well, obviously they do.
They keep coming back.
I know, right?
All right, guys. You have a great night, a great week, and until we find a new slogan, don't be afraid of the dark.
Oh, and our guest next week. Do you know who our guest next week is?
Jamie Collins?
No, she's week after.
Oh, okay.
Sherry.
Oh, Sherry Hill.
Sherry.
That's right. Sherry Hill.
Is on next Monday. She does, I don't know if I'm going to butcher how to say this, but she does like Akashic record readings.
Mm-hmm.
She also does other kinds of readings, but I'm really excited to have her on, and she's just really a very calming person to me. Anytime that I've been around her or I talk to her or I see her, she just has this kind of like Lena. It's like this or Angel Greer, like just very calming effect for me.
Yeah.
For me. And it makes me think like, oh, this is refreshing. Like this is calm. Like I need this,
right.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's all I have to say about that. So tune in next Monday for Sherry.
I'll get the announcement for that posted.
Yes.
Very
and we'll
soon.
share the links for Joseph's books. That's so incredible that
I didn't know he was an author. So.
I had seen like on his Facebook, like, hey, he like kept people in the loop of the progress with his writing and stuff like that. But I didn't
have him on Facebook until just like the last few days.
Well, shame on you. You should have, because you would have known. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, he's great. And I thank you again, Joseph, for being on with us. And we look forward to talking to him again. He's just a lot of fun. I wish we could get these people in person. I wish we could have like a big couch, and
one of these days when we don't have, because I'm sorry, but in this studio, 6 foot social distancing is impossible.
We'll just share the love or share the coronavirus, one of the two.
Yeah. Drunk Paranormal is going to be interesting.
They're part of our tribe, so.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Well, technically, if it's like 10 or less people, right? Does the 6 foot thing still apply to if it's less than 10 people?
Yeah.
So families are just like a grandfathered thing.
It's technically only people that are
Nicole.
part of your
Hi, Nicole.
household.
Nicole's watching.
Technically, only people that are part of your house. I think the whole thing's ridiculous, but that's just me.
Well, we could just totally make up that we have like a whole commune going on in our house. Everybody who comes on the podcast, they're living with us, of course.
Yeah, hey,
We've dug tunnels in our basement, under the ground. We went underground.
Oh,
Maybe we can find the Goblin King down under the ground. I'm gonna stop. I love David Bowie. I really hate that he's dead. Like, I really, really hate that he's dead, man. Like, oh, if I could like talk to anybody that's dead, that's who I would want to talk to. Maybe Joseph could be a medium and connect me to David Bowie.
David Bowie.
Oh my God, David Bowie! If you're listening to this, I just think you're just wonderful. You made my childhood amazing with The Labyrinth, which in all reality, The Labyrinth is kind of a
David Bowie, if you were still alive, I might actually feel a little threatened. Not really, but
I love David Bowie. Oh my God.
okay. So I have finished off my last beer.
There we go.
So
Pamela said it. He's not dead. He just went to space. He completed his wanting to be more than a human being. That's what happened.
Oh, gotcha.
Thank you, Pamela. She cleared that all up for me. Now I can rest, knowing that he's not dead. He just went home. No, that's Elvis. He's not dead. He just went back to outer space, where he came from. You think he was a Pleiadian or what? What star system do you think What star system do you think David Bowie was from?
No idea. I don't know anything about any of that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll save that for another day.
That would be interesting to have someone like that on.
Somebody
that has information on all of that. I don't even know what to call it, but so the subject has been changed enough tonight and gotten off topic enough tonight that I just finished my last beer, so it's time to go.
Oh, shit. That means I interrupted. That means I squirreled out a lot. Okay. Well, you guys have a great night, and we love you all, and we hope you have a fantastic week.
Hang on just a second. I just saw Joseph posted a message here, said if people are in the KC area, he can sign a copy of his book. He'll have the second one by the end of next week, and he'll add the Amazon links if they want the Kindle version. So,
Joseph, are you left-handed by chance? I gotta wait and see what he says. Mm-hmm. I'm not signing off for the night until he tells me if he's a lefty.
Well, you might get to sign off by yourself here in a minute, because...
Oh my gosh. Of course, Christy, always.
Hugs and loves,
hugs
Christy.
and hugs and hugs. I miss her smell.
There's Joseph.
You know what, Christy? I don't miss you. I miss your smell. Christy's, like, the way that her clothes, the scent, scent that Christy is Christy. I wish we could bottle it up, and I would totally use it as perfume, because I don't know if it's her laundry soap or what, but her clothes smell so good. I can't even describe it to you. It's just Christy. What can I say? And I know that anybody that knows Christy knows exactly what smell I'm talking about, because it's just this fantastic...
I don't know what smell you're talking about.
Well, it's because you can't smell. But I'm not joking about that, guys. He really can't smell.
I can't. I have a... I don't even know what it's called, but I just literally can't smell things. I mean, I can smell things, but it's not very...
Pungent.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, I guess we're just going to have to sign off, because I don't know. I just want to know if, Joseph, if you're left-handed.
Well, message him and ask him.
Hey, there's a concept. I guess I could.
So, guys, we are going to sign off now.
Yep. I'm done.
You guys have a wonderful week. Have a great night.
Make good decisions.
Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. All that good stuff. And we will talk to you next
Monday with Sherry.
Yes. Next week. In the meantime, until we find a better slogan, don't be afraid of the dark.
Ooh. Bye. Have a good night.